3 years after a violation, U.S. Capitol, whose stop certificate game millions Americans, rejected outcome election, including 127 Congress members who refused to approve 2020 results. Members who support legal wars, vote for them, or encourage election conspiracy theories represent voters in 37 states to reverse the results. Among them, 152 members of the 19 senators and representatives, including the Republican Speaker, were labeled as the most powerful election balance in Washington. The last analysis, non-Partizer Democracy Group, year before regathering a joint session Congress to approve this year's elections. Before anniversary January 6 attack, mafia Congress halls fueled by Donald Trump suppressed. For many voters, the most important office in the ballot this year is not President Congress. The reason for this is that when it comes to choosing people to approve the election, every state game says, when members of Congress try to overthrow the results, and election rejection movement continues to become widespread in Capitol halls, he said. Among them, Mike Johnson, a newly established home speaker, who pioneered a false case in the 4 states won by President Joe Biden in December 2020. Has signed more than 100 member challenges rejected by the Supreme Court of ABD. In 2022, election denial movement did not gain a new ground in critical mid-elections for races that control election administration, but at least 19 states organizing an office with election observations in 19 states. And states were found. Louisiana's newly elected Governor Jeff Landry led Mr. Biden's coalition of the Republican lawyers' coalition to participate in a Texas-based case to overthrow Mr. Biden's victories in Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. Since 2020, an election auditor has ran for at least one of top 3 state offices in at least 42 states. According to an analysis of the states separately from United Action. In meantime, Republican leadership legislation in order change rules of election management continues to emerge in state legislative bodies throughout country. And we labeled election integrity as an effort protect election integrity after GOP officials raised wrong allegations that 2020 election did not have. This abrasive narrative, which forms the basis of Mr. Trump's campaign, also shaped how voters see this election result. More than 1/3 of the Americans believe that Mr. Biden was chosen as illegitimate. This is a figure rising in the last 2 years. In December 2021, 69% of Americans, according to the last survey of Maryland's Post-Washington University, Mr. Biden's today. This figure is 62%. 30% of the voters accept the victory of Mr. Biden as legitimate compared to 39%. Compared to 39%, 55% Americans see Capitol attack as an attack on democracy that should never be forgotten. According to survey, only 1/4 of Republicans and only 17% Trump